Okay, welcome to my favorite section of the entire house. So basically, for me personally, I can't really afford a stand-up humidor, which I saw in your earlier videos. And because I still live in a rental property, which is kind of impossible to carry the stand-up humidor and move around with me. So that's the reason I have these two table humidor shipped all the way from China to UK. The cost of shipping was quite expensive, but I think the money was definitely well spent. So the first one here, you can see the hardware here and around the corner here. It's all just to make sure the box sealed properly, so the cigars inside can influence less by the room temperature. And the way I do is I try to use the Bonveda humidification pack right here. I use the 269% pack and two of the 65% pack. Okay, so as for the cigars, okay, and they do come from a lot of different regions. So the Q-Dorsey 50 I bought here, just downstairs from the Havana house. Okay, and by the time it was the only cigar I can afford. And this Q-Dorsey Coronas Claro is I bought from the only La Casa de Habano in Spain, which is located on a small island called Tenerife. Okay, and the price is quite cheap, but the only reason the only regret I have is I didn't get more. In the San Cristobal, I also get from the Tenerife island. And this one is a gift, the Ramon Iones 90 Anniversario St. Henry. It's a gift from my friends in Germany, so which is more easier to get these regional edition cigars. At the second layer, we got the Trinidad Esmeralda. This Esmeralda is I bought in Venice during a field trip. Yes. And as for the punch 48, it's also EMS, which I bought downstairs in the Havana house, which was the price was quite reasonable for LCDH cigar. And the second layer, we have the H. Upmann Magnum 46, which I bought on the island of Tenerife as well. The only LCDH in Spain. As for here is my favorite Vitola of the cigars, the La Gloria Toquinos, I believe. I got only 3 of them left, which I also bought in Havana house. And as for the E number 2, the second layer is all E number 2. And the E number 2 used to be my favorite cigars, but I think the lately production is quite different from the cigar they produced before 2020. So before the pandemic. Yeah. Okay. But I think the taquinos are always just stable. The quality are just stable, okay? As for the Romeo Julieta Dianas, I also bought downstairs, which I do spend quite a fortune to the Havana house. I got only 3 of those left, which I bought an entire box. Those are pretty light, I would say, compared to a normal Romeo Julieta. And here just some the Cronus Claro. Here, okay. It's for the Hoyo de Monterey, Sierra de Hoyo. It's also also purchased on the islands of Tenerife. I mean, the price was generally insanely cheap. It's a shame I can only brought back 100 cigars back from, you know, wherever you travel from, because I'm traveling with my partners. So the limitation was 100, which I asked you before on your YouTube channels. And let's move to the second part. It's really hot. So the second layer is where things get tricky. You see, I've been told by different people say you can't just put the humidification pack on your cigars. But I search on the Boveda websites, they say you can definitely allow a physical touch from your cigars and the humidification pack. So I'm still confused, like whether you should not or just put them on your cigars. For that, I'm still not sure. But for the second layer here, we got the entire box of the Edge Upman Connoisseur number 1, which I bought in Italy, Milan. The price was quite nice compared to the UK market. And this is the entire box of the Juan Lopez selection number 1. But the only thing about the Juan Lopez selection number 1 is they like 80% of the cigar are plugged. So which I'm not intend to smoke any more of those, not for another 6 months, I would say. I just let them sit in my humidor and hope things get better. And here just one single stick of the Aero de Monzo Robusto, also a gift from a friend, and the Double Edmondo as well, that's a gift. And here we got my lately favorite cigars, the Monte Cristo White Edmondo. The reason I like those is just they are so stable, like they are not affected by the storage environment much. They are really stable. The Vitola is like you can just pull out and smoke a cigar. It's pretty nice. It's just like the taquitos right here. It's my lady favorites. And the next layer we got an entire box of 10. The Podcast Series D4, the classic. As I said earlier, the podcasts are really, I'm not sure why, are really doing like kind of different, the flavor are different after the pandemic. So, I'm not sure. So here we just got all the Vitola of the Bellicosos, all the torpedoes, the podcast P2, P number 2, comes in a tube of 3, and this is a gift as well from my German friend. The Diplomatics number 2 and the Bellicosos of the Central Plaza. And besides those, I got some interesting cigar right here. The podcast P number 1. I used to be a huge fan of the podcast, which is I invest a few to those like a vintage cigar. This one was actually produced in 2009. I think, and they're released 2010, so I would say they are aged like almost 15 years. And I still got the jars with it. So, shame I can only put this away, otherwise my partner will get mad. So this is the original jar of the Series P #1 from the Paragas, which is quite nice. And pairing the 12-year-old Springbank cask strengths. I just saw the jars are pairing each other. And okay, so the second and the third layer, just the entire box of the European Unicos. But I think the quality, which I also bought in Tenerife on the La Casa de Habano on Tenerife, but I think the quality is really not nice, and the taste is very funny. I think you can't get counterfeit cigars in La Casa de Habano, but I'm not sure. Those Unicos are just not nice. Doesn't have its like classic taste, I would say. Yeah, those Unicos. That's why it's sitting at the bottom shelf, which I try to give it more time. Maybe the flavor changes. I never knows. Okay, that's Humidor #1. I'm sorry this video takes this long, but I just try to give you a little walk around. So it has to be on the YouTube, so I just don't split those into small videos anymore. And pardon my poor English, you know, it's really hard to convey everything like clearly, while English is only my second language. Okay, the next part I want to talk about some of the kits I got. This one I bought in one of the La Casa de Habano in Switzerland. It's called the Cigar Mast La Casa de Habano. And the reading I bought it's kind of I think I'm getting royally robbed, because the shape was generally look like ST DuPont, but they were only selling like for 180 euros by the time. But when I returned home, I found out those are just like not generally DuPont, just some counterfeit cigar kits, which was quite nice, but compared to the price, it's not okay. Which I intend to do just a free giveaway to my friends. And here I got the DuPont cutter, the DuPont lighter, nothing special. But this one, I must say, this stick right here is supposed, this metal skewer here is supposed to be solving the issue of the plug cigar, right? And it's not about how it's well designed, it's about the price, really. And this one I bought in China, cost me only £7. But last time I checked, I went to some of the physical store in London. This one goes up to 60 to 70 GBP, which the price in those physical store, per se, like James J. Fox, the #6 Cavendish, those are just insane price labels they got there over this like cigar kits. And this one, it's a V cut, but at the round shape, which also I bought in China for less than £20, I would say. Such a steal. And it's just a small ashtray I got from the islands as well. And here, a second humidor, the humid box which I bought from Havana House as well. When I first came here, which was like 4 or 5 years ago, just to you know, as for temporary use to store away my cigars. And nowadays I'm just using them to store my New World cigars. And all those New Worlds are actually a gift from friends, which I don't smoke that often. So yeah. And I'm really not sure where he gets this gets the storage of these New World cigars, but some of those are quite nice because clearly they have been aged for very long periods of time. You can see the plastic wrapping is actually fading yellow, and this one as well, if you can tell the difference. Yeah, the wrapping is turning darker, means the cigars must be kept for a long period of time. Okay, here's a funny one. This one is a counterfeit cigar, BBF, Bellicoso Finos, from the Bolivar, which I also bought in Spain, but not from La Casa de Habano, but from a random cigar shop. So I just keep one to remind me how have to be more careful next time while purchasing cigars, because I've been told Spain is a place where you can, you know, encounter a lot of counterfeit cigars, which yeah. So I just keep in my humidors, just try to remind myself. And yeah, just some Olivar, some my father's, and then some Arturo Fuente, and happen to my favorite New World cigars. This is very nice. I believe it's from America. Arturo Fuente, yes, exactly. Okay, and nothing much. And for the last humidors I got, it had the very nice touch of the carbon fiber painting, but it's not carbon fiber, it's very, very heavy, I would say. And it's also triggered by fingerprints. So actually it doesn't work. It's just a fake button. So you can use whichever the finger you use, as long as it's a human skin, you can unlock the cigar. So definitely, it's not generally a finger print triggered switch. It's just like a device they built in to make the cigar box looks more cool. Okay, so here, which is my latest collection, the Bolivar Golden Medal, which I bought at only like 29 euros per stick in Belgium. And I was on a field trip with my colleague to Belgium for about a week, and those La Gloria LCDH was also bought in Belgium, the Brussels, which for a stick for only like 40 euros per stick, so 800 euros per box, and it was such a steal, I would say. But let me just get the tray out. I'm sorry, it's really hard doing that just by one hand, sorry. And I'm sorry this video takes this long. There we go. Okay, the La Gloria Cubana La Casa de Habano series. I'm not sure its name. I'm really not sure, but I just saw it and I bought it because it's good brands. And the second layer, we got the which I got my all-time favorites, the Ramones 230 private stock. Shame on me, I got only one stick left, and the price nowadays are really insane. The cheapest I can find on websites is £125 for one cigars, which is the price I could not afford anymore. And here I got this year's new edition, the Trinidad 2024. It's funny they got the new NFC chip built within the wrapper, which is just a website where you tap your phone on the NFC chips right there and activate the website and prove the authenticity somehow, but I'm not sure. And the podcast 2020 Alidos, I think it's a name, and as well for the Juan Lopez, the LCDH version is only selling for 60 cents for euros. For this Vitola, I think it's as well as quite a steal. Yeah. No, like those. Okay. The golden medal is quite cheap as well. It's on selling only like 29 euros per stick. So a whole box will only cost like 290 euros, which was quite nice. I must say, the reason I keep like, watching your videos and keep tracking of your videos is because the only thing like inspired me is I can get cigars from Europe, and not only from like England. You see, the first video I thought is your trip to one of the small is your trip to I forgot the destination, but I think it's Spain or somewhere else. But I think it's that video inspired me where you can buy cigars from Europe and brought back to England whenever you got the time, and it's much more cheaper that way to enjoy cigars. And the second layer we having here just Juan Lopez, the LCDH. I can't remember the name, but I also bought those in Brussels, and those are the original edition of the San Luis Rey from Italy, which I bought in Milan, the La Casa de Habano in Milano. But the only the gossip they were saying is the La Casa de Habano in the entire Italy is run by the mafia. Okay, so which I believe a Vitola like this, which is 42 plus 7 inches, I would say. The releasing price was around 200 euros, but they were selling the mafia. Since the La Casa de Habano controlled by the mafia, they were selling double the price, or even 2.5 times of the original price, which I paid 450 euros for that box of the original edition. And that's the only box I'm willing to buy because it's original edition, and I was in Milan. But they were selling the Cohiba Cigar 6 for a box of 25 for 3,250 euros, which was quite insanely priced compared to other countries in Europe. And the price was not fixed. It really depends on the owner, like based on different periods of the time. They might change the price of cigar from times to times, which is not nice. I'm not a fan of that. And sorry about the complaining. And then, the famous saying, the owner of the La Casa de Habano in Milan, the owner actually told me, he said, even if Michael Jordan gets here, I'm selling the same price to him. So it's very cockney of him, just to spice the price up and making those statements. But nevertheless, We got this limited edition from the Hoyo de Monterey, which I also bought in Havana House for a very decent price. I believe it's 75 cigars, 75 pound GBP for per cigars. So a box of 10 costs around like 740. They give you a 10 pound discount when you buy the whole box. I believe you already know the drill, but here we got the Bolivar limited edition as well, which I bought this one in Brussels for only like 50 euros, I think. Those two I bought in the La Casa de Abono in Switzerland, which are 55. Okay, so basically they are like similar price. But for those like premium cigars, I can only like purchase maybe one or two from the time because they're really expensive and pricey, yes. And as for here, we got another La Casa de Habano from the El Real de Mundo, which was the best of all three from the Juan Lopez and from the La Gloria Cubana. I think among those three, those are all like new production. I mean, they're only releasing like 2-3 years ago, right? And this is why I think it's the best for the money. And also we got some house vintage here from the Romeo Julieta Show Churchill. It just have a band says vintage here, and the owner in Brussels told me they have this store, like shop vintage, exclusive in Brussels. I'm not sure if that's true, but that's the owner. That's the information I got. Okay. So that's about it. That's about like all the cigars I have. I do have another humidor, like which I put away. The humidor is like entirely sealed, which the cigar condition of those are really bad. So which what I was trying to do is I try to like put those cigars all in one humidor and put those away for maybe at least a year. I put like just the enough humidification pack within the humidor, so I might like check those like every other 2 months for the renewal of the humidification packs. And yeah, that's about it. And so just two nice looking jars, which I try to store my bands after smoking. And yeah, I'm very glad you actually like the collection, which is very inspiring. And yeah, I just trying to move to a bigger house, which I can afford a stand-up humidors like yours. All right, that's about everything. Thank you so much.